Hello again, friends. Welcome back to Hope Arts Library. My name is Emily, and we are so glad to have you here. And today, I have made the executive decision to do the Bible tag. Honestly, I wanted to do this since I saw Celestria do it, but I didn't know when I should do it, and then I couldn't think of something to film this week, and I thought, now's as good a time as any. So, I should probably grab my Bible, huh? So this is my current Bible. I just bought this one. This is the ESV Jesus Bible. It's got this beautiful design on the cover. It's really intricate. But I already had the ESV Jesus Bible, but then I saw this cover and it's pink and I was kind of sold pretty much immediately. Also, I am so sorry if I look bloated right now. It's because I am, because I just ate a whole lot of food. It was dinner time. I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, I will stop rambling and we will get right into the tag. So the first question is, what is your favorite book in the Bible? That's really hard. It's really hard the same way that like choosing your favorite book outside of the Bible is really hard. It's like there's so much to like. There's so much to love. How can I choose just one? Obviously, Philippians is such a beautiful, hopeful book. Let's see. Let's open this bad boy up. Habakkuk. Have you ever read that one? If you haven't read it, it's at the end of the Old Testament. You need to read it. God's glory is so exemplified in that book. It's so good and it's so underrated. Calling a book of the Bible underrated. It feels so weird because it feels like I'm talking about an inanimate object. I don't know. I also really love Revelation. Revelation has always been a favorite. Well, not always. When I first became a Christian, Revelation was terrifying to me because I was afraid of the world ending. I'm not anymore. In fact, I hope for it every day. But I do really like Revelation. So we'll stick with those ones. That's gonna be my answer for favorite book. The next one is our favorite story from the Bible. And that is almost just as difficult because there's so many good ones. So I really love the story. I think it's in Matthew where Jesus finds the man amongst the tombs who has been possessed by Legion. And this man is like really just truly suffering from this like demonic oppression and possession, and it said that he would cry out through the night and cut himself with rocks, and Jesus freed him from that, and he was literally a new creation. I really love that one. I also love the story with Elisha and his servant in the Old Testament. Let's see if I can remember. That might have been in one of the like 1st or 2nd Kings, maybe? I don't know, I'll put it on screen. But it's this story about an army had come to capture Elisha, and his servant, Elisha's servant, came out and saw this army surrounding their town and was like, "Oh, my master, what will we do? Like, what can we do?" You know, and Elisha says, "Those who are with us far outnumber those who are against us." And the servant obviously doesn't understand. And so Elisha prays and says, "Lord, open his eyes so that he can see." And the servant looks around, and there are horses and chariots of fire surrounding them on this mountainside that are fighting for Elisha. I have goosebumps just thinking about that story. That is such... I wish we could see that. I really do. I wish we could see it. So I really love that one. I also recently have been thinking a lot about, I believe it was Paul and Silas. I'll correct myself on screen if I need to. When they were released from prison, I think they were like beaten in prison and then released, and then when they were released from prison, they rejoiced because they were deemed worthy to suffer for Christ. Let's move on to the next one, because we could just keep talking. The next one is your favorite person in the Bible. Obviously, we're excluding Jesus from this question. Recently, because I've been reading the Blades of Actar series, Daniel is the first that comes to mind. By the way, I will be releasing, I think, 2 different reading vlogs about that series. I'm still working on filming them because I haven't finished the series yet. I have 2 more books left. But the non-spoiler version and the spoiler version is what I'm going to be putting out. But let me know your thoughts, because I don't know if I want to cut each one into 2 videos. I mean, I don't really want to do that, but I will. Because the non-spoiler version, which is the version that's cut down, it's gonna be shorter than the spoiler version. It's already encroaching on 30 minutes long, and I still have 2 more books to read. So let me know what you think. Anyway, favorite person. You know, I like Jonah a lot. I think he's a little dumb, but I think we're all a little bit dumb. You know what I'm saying? I think his decisions were poor. But I like him a lot. I think he's really funny. I think it's really funny that he saw the people of Nineveh, you know, turn from their ways, and he literally threw a fit about it. He threw an absolute 3-year-old would be proud fit about it. So I like Jonah but I also like that he did eventually do what he was told. I also like that we have no idea what happened to him after that. After his little fit, we have no clue what happened to Jonah, and I think that's really funny. Sorry. I love David. I love reading the Psalms, and I know he wrote a lot of them, so I love David. I love, who's that guy? Son of a gun. Stephen.
Achoo!
Woo! Hold on.
Achoo!
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Hold on, I think I'm gonna sneeze again.
Achoo!
Forgive me, I don't know why I'm having some kind of allergic something happening, but...
Achoo!
Oh. Alright.
Bruh.
I think the last person that I talked about was Stephen, who was stoned to death for his faith. And as he was being stoned, he prayed and asked God to forgive the people who were stoning him. So we'll call it at that. Hold on. Dude, I cannot keep doing this. Oh. Favorite verse. So a few come to mind, and I'll be paraphrasing them, but I will also be putting them on screen so that I'm not just paraphrasing them. So I have two verses as my lock screen on my phone and my home screen on my phone. Please ignore how stuffy I am now. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to fix it. Because I really don't know what caused it. So my lock screen on my phone is, hey, there it is. I found it. So my lock screen is 1 Samuel 3, I think 8 and 10. Let me see. Yes, okay. It's 3:9 is mine. But I'm going to read you 3:8 through 10. And the Lord called Samuel again the third time. And he arose and went to Eli and said, Here I am, for you called me. Then Eli perceived that it was the Lord who was calling the boy. Therefore Eli said to Samuel, Go lie down, and if he calls you, you shall say, Speak, Lord, for your servant hears. So Samuel went and lay down in his place. And the Lord came and stood, calling as at other times, Samuel, Samuel. And Samuel said, Speak, for your servant hears. So verse 9 is my lock screen, which is, Therefore Eli said to Samuel, Go lie down, and if he calls you, you shall say, Speak, Lord, for your servant hears. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is about that, but that speaks to my soul. I don't know what it is. I think that's something that we should all pray is, Speak, Lord, for your servant hears. Like, I'm listening. Whatever you have to tell me. I need to start praying that before I read my Bible. Speak, Lord. Whatever you have to say here, speak, for I'm listening. I love that one so much. And the one that is my home screen, I don't know where this one's at. So I'll have to cite it on screen again, as always. But it's the Lord saying, Whom shall I send and who will go for us? And then someone responding, Here am I, Lord, send me. So those are the two that jump out immediately when I think of my favorite verses. I mean, obviously every verse is incredible, but those are the ones that just jumped out when I think of my favorite verses. My favorite translation. So I use a few different ones. My church my church just uses the King James. I don't generally use the King James. I used to have a really hard time following it, and now I don't really connect with it very well, but I can read it and understand it. I can listen to my pastor read it in church, and I can understand what he's saying. I use the ESV, the NASB, or occasionally the LSB on my phone. I don't own a physical version of the LSB. I'm pretty sure I own a physical version of the NASB, but my current, this is the Bible that I just sit down and read, is the ESV. Favorite hymns, chorus, song, singer, and band. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to answer all of these, but I'm gonna do my best. So, my favorite hymn, I feel like I need to consult Spotify so I can look through my hymns. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So, I like, what's it called? His Eyes on the Sparrow, I think is the name of it. I really like that one. I know that's sort of a cliche answer, but I really like that one. I like Mercy Tree, Calvary's Blood, This Blood, Lead Me to Calvary. Can you tell I attend a Baptist church? My church sings exclusively hymns, and the word Calvary comes up pretty often. So we're gonna go with those ones for now. My favorite chorus, I really like the chorus on This Blood. I also really like the chorus of Another in the Fire, which is not a hymn. And I think it's by Hillsong. I don't recommend Hillsong. Don't get it twisted. Hillsong's got whack theology, but some of their songs are bangers, including Another in the Fire. It might make you cry. It gives me goosebumps every time. My favorite song, Another in the Fire, or is Thank You Jesus for the Blood. Is that the name of the song, I think? I think that's it. But one of those two. My favorite singer. Man, I'm so not into like I don't follow singers or bands or anything. Like singer and band are the next ones. Hey, Emily, editing Emily here. Why didn't you mention Slugs and Bugs Sing the Bible? We both know how often we listen to Slugs and Bugs Sing the Bible. Is it made for children? Yes, it is. Who is that stopping? Not us. I know it's not. I like Carrie Job, but I really don't have a favorite singer or band. Okay, my favorite Christian movie. Okay, so hot take. I really, really don't like movies. I know. I already know what you're gonna say. But I just don't like them. I don't like it. I don't like it. We had all the Chronicles of Narnia movies when I was a kid, and I did like those. I guess that's kind of what we're gonna have to go with, because I really don't have a favorite Christian movie, because I don't really watch them. Okay, favorite speaker / preacher. So I love Pastor Matt. There's also another pastor in the town next to me that I used to go to their church, and that is Pastor Leonard over at my old church. Love that man to death. But if we're talking about like ones that you might recognize, he's not a preacher, and I guess he's pretty close to a speaker, but he's an evangelist. Ray Comfort. If you ever need encouragement on evangelism, if you ever need to learn how to better evangelize, Ray Comfort is your man. I have his book, The School of Biblical Evangelism. He has the TV show The Way of the Master. He has a whole YouTube channel. It's the Living Waters Ministry. He has a podcast with some friends. You know, it's a whole thing. And it's so good. I highly, highly recommend Ray Comfort. He's very, very good at sharing the gospel and really encouraging, and really a really good resource for learning how you can share the gospel better with people. So, favorite fiction and non-fiction author. Okay. Favorite fiction author? That's way easier, because I can say my favorite fiction author is either Melanie Dickerson or Karen Whittemire. Love both of them. I have never been disappointed in one of their books. I like both of them probably equally. Extremely well written historical fiction. They both write in different time periods. Karen Whittemire writes more in like the 1800s, whereas Melanie Dickerson writes in like medieval times. Both extremely, extremely enjoyable, both full of faith-based content. Incredible. Nonfiction is a little bit more difficult. So at one point I would have said Bob Goff was my favorite, but then he blocked me on Twitter for saying that women can't be pastors. So, you know, I don't make the rules. You know, everybody has an opinion. Everybody's a critic. I don't know. So, I guess I'm gonna have to either go with Ray Comfort again or Bodie Hodge. No. We are gonna go with Walter Martin, who wrote the Kingdom of Cults handbook. and The Kingdom of the Occult. He wrote a bunch. I love these books. So this is The Kingdom of the Cult's Handbook by Walter Martin. Highly recommend. He is a Christian, so everything that he says is coming from a Christian perspective. And this book is so interesting. It breaks down the different cults, and then it talks about, you know, what the Bible teaches us about truths and how these cults are denying those things. And if you're interested in cults, highly recommend. My favorite fiction or nonfiction book. So my favorite fiction book, any number, but we'll go with my favorite recently, which is The Painter's Daughter by Julie Clayson. You've already heard me talk about it. I don't need to get into it again. My favorite nonfiction book, I like Hiding in the Light by Rivka Berry. I like I Dared to Call Him Father. I like, obviously, Kingdom of Cults Handbook. And Defying Jihad. So, I Dared to Call Him Father, Hiding in the Light, and Defying Jihad are 3 different nonfiction books about Muslim women converting to Christianity when they live in Muslim-majority countries. I really recommend all 3, but Defying Jihad is such a... Oh, dude, it's such an incredible story of a woman. She had volunteered to be a suicide bomber. She was literally going to become a terrorist. She was set up for it. And right then is when she converted to Christianity, right in that time of her life. And now she's like, oh, crap, dude. Right? And that's a true story. You've got to check that one out. I also, of course, I recommend Hiding in the Light and I Dared to Call Him Father. Both very, very good books. Okay, and the last thing to do is tag people. Everybody that I know has already done it, so I tag all of you watching. If you are interested in doing this tag, I think you should do it. I think even if you rarely upload, even if you haven't uploaded before, I think you should do it anyway, because you know what? It's really fun, and it's really fun to get to talk to people about the Bible. It's really fun to get to talk about your favorite faith-based books and movies and songs, and I think you should do it. It's really interesting. Alrighty. So it has been super good. It has been super fun getting to talk to you all again today. I will see you all next week, hopefully, unless anything weird happens, but nothing weird should happen. Anyway, so I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Let me know what you think I should do about the Blades of Actar reading vlogs, because I don't know what to do about it. I will talk to you all again next week. Bye-bye.